Welcome to Intuitive Wisdom Tarot. I'm Jen, and I'm so glad you're here. Today we're tuning into the energy of the new moon in Pisces for Earth signs. This is a moon of intuition, surrender, healing, and fresh spiritual beginnings. Pisces reminds us that not everything needs to be figured out in the mind. Sometimes the soul already knows. As we begin, take a breath and ask yourself, what am I ready to release? And what am I ready to trust? Take what resonates, leave the rest, and let's see what messages the cards have for you. If this reading speaks to you, tap like, consider subscribing, and share in the comments what you're calling in under this Pisces new moon. Let's get started. We're going to go ahead and start with a Moonology card to get a general energy around this new moon in Pisces. Let's see what energy, what message is coming through for Earth signs. Thank you. And we are getting for you, don't let the past hold you back. South Node. So really thinking, again, there's a big feeling that Earth signs, you're really being reflective. You're really thinking about past experiences, past situations, but there's an energy that it's blocking your way forward. Let's see what the message coming through with don't let your past hold you back. South Node. And here we go. Don't let your past hold you back. The South Node, like the North Node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North Node and relates to the past, perhaps even to past lives. Whatever you're going through and whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Do you feel stuck in something? This card will often come as a sign that the situation or relationship you're asking about somehow became suffocating, even toxic. It suggests that someone, even you, needs to be released, that there's some kind of addiction going on or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes, even if staying where you are feels easier and safer. Attune to the moon. I release the past. Additional meanings for this card, place them where they resonate. A relationship is karmic and has played out across many lifetimes. Your attraction to someone may be verging on the obsessive. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. So again, there's a big energy of, again, breaking some past conditionings and programming. And it could very well be coming up at this time. We are ending, so this new moon is at the tail end of our Pisces season as well. And Pisces is the end of the zodiac. So it's really, there's some things I think that are being trudged up from the depths. And it's one universe's way of saying, hey, I'm bringing this stuff up because it's not supposed to go with you. Don't let the past hold you back, right? There's a lens that you're viewing a certain situation or experience, and it's through these past experiences, and it's holding you back. So, Earth signs, be aware of that as you're moving through this new moon. And again, new moons are all about planting seeds, starting something new. I'm gonna go ahead and set that over there. Starting something new and really thinking about, again, starting. So we're gonna jump into tarot. Let's see what our tarot has for this new moon energy for Earth signs. All right. Thank you. All right. And our first card out, we have the Two of Cups. So this is the energy that you are embodying or needing to embody as you move through this new moon cycle. We have the Five of Pentacles. This is the energy that you are meant to co-create with the universe, or the seeds you are meant to plant. We have the Three of Pentacles. This is the energy you are needing to lean into. And then advice from Spirit is the Ten of Swords. Now we also had a card that popped out, and that is the Eight of Cups. So we're going to see how that fits in as we move through this read. So yes, there is some healing. There are some, again, some healing, some wounds, some lenses around. Maybe working in a group or with a group, building, as well as it could very well be financial. You could have some financial things. Again, you're viewing through a very narrow lens, and the universe is coming in saying during this new moon cycle, don't let the past hold you back. All right, and on the bottom of the deck, we have the moon. So this is the energy that's underneath it all. This is a major arcana, and this is, again, a big theme. And the moon is an energy of illusions, an energy of being within, again, it could very well be maybe a dark night. Full moons are illuminating, again, maybe some conditionings. So there is this energy that some of these things are being brought up really from your depths. These are old cycles, old lessons that you have learned and are now utilizing to view this next or your cycle. And what the universe is saying is during this new moon, really think about those fears and illusions, those things that have kind of held you back because of the fear and the illusion, because of maybe the scariness that comes from that. So this is a time to really think about what is it that's coming up. The full moon could have very well, we had a full moon and an eclipse at the beginning of March, and that could have really brought up some of these things. And again, those things that come through are really saying, you know, I'm bringing them up because we're at the end of a cycle. I'm bringing them up because it is holding you back. You're meant to do something more. So they're coming up so that you can heal them. They're coming up so that you can really face them and think about utilizing. It's not like, okay, now I'm going to face them and then I don't ever think about them again. It's learning how to move forward with those fears and insecurities and know that I'm not going to let them hold me back. How is it bringing in resilience? How is it bringing in courage and strength for me to continue moving forward? Now, the energy that you are meant to embody as you move in through this cycle is the Two of Cups. So this is with a connection. Now, it could very well be a connection with you and your higher self, right? Where you're healing, where you're really learning to trust the energy, the intuition, the messages coming through with you and your higher self. It could be very well saying, hey, you need to move forward, right? There's something that you need to do that in the past you didn't because you were afraid, but you have strengthened your relationship with yourself, with you and your higher self, with you and spirit. There's some healing that has happened. This very well could be with you in a partnership. It could be romantic, it could be platonic, it could be with your family, it could be with a friendship. But there is an energy that there is you needing to heal, you needing to mend, you needing to feel this connection. And based on the things that have happened in the past, and it's interesting because I'm getting your last read that I did for earth signs, there was a big energy of you really wanting what was in the past, because there was safety, there was security, but you're a different person. There's something that has happened along this path, and once that happened, on the other side, like you and your partner, or you and this partnership has shifted and changed, and you really want what you once had. You can't go back and get what you once had, but you can really think about, what was it that you really wanted? Was it because you and the other person worked very well together? Was it because you and the other person were building something together? If that's the case, it's that energy that you bring into here, and it's healing what has happened between you. It's healing the energetic cords, the emotions that were attached to almost like a resentment for the experiences that happened. But if those experiences didn't happen, you wouldn't be who you are today. They wouldn't be who they are today. And so it's really an energy of really thinking like, what is it that we need to heal, right? Because there are some things that have happened that is in the way of you being able to move forward. Maybe move forward with more of a genuine connection. You moving forward with more trust. Again, building something together. And so this is the energy of where you are needing to be. Now, if you are an earth sign that isn't there yet, those are the questions that you need to start asking. What was or are the things, the energetic things that helped me feel safe, and we worked together before this experience happened? And how can I bring it in? How can I heal those resentments? How can I heal those things that are blocking me from moving forward? Now, for some of you, it could very well be you might need to end this relationship. That's a small amount, a small few of you out there, but some of you, again, it's just really how are we going to mend? Because there's a strong foundation I'm feeling between you. Again, if this is you and your higher self, that's a strong foundation. Like, you once really trusted yourself, but something has happened that may have been in the way of you, or got in the way, or you trusted yourself and you were like, whoa, that experience that came from there was nothing that I thought it would be. Again, remember, the universe does not give you anything you cannot handle. And so there was a big lesson that came through that. That is what you're doing, reflecting on that. If it's you and your partnership, you and your marriage, you and your romantic partner, again, think about your foundation. What was it that drew you two together, right? Because I'm feeling a very strong connection. There's a soul bond here too. So again, it's giving you the opportunity to really take a look. What are the pieces that we need to heal? Because we're meant to either move forward, or we're meant to move forward and do what we once did. Now, the energy that you are needing to co-create or plant at this new moon time is the Five of Pentacles. There is, again, two people. This is a partnership. So this could very well be maybe you and your partner for business, maybe you and your romantic partner, but it's really around like resources. It could very well have been money. Maybe there was a situation where before you were working together, you were building stability, you were building finance, you were building all of those things that helped you. You were building your wealth, and then something happened, whatever that may be, place it where it resonates. And now on the other side, you are both different people because of those experiences, and you're like, I want what we had back then. What was the energy and what was it that you did? And so now it's time to build that. So you are co-creating, one, walking out of this winter of your life, walking out of this experience that could have very well have been where you were in a victim mentality or a victim type of lens, saying we didn't get the help we needed, or we were walking together but we were on parallel lines, right? Now let's co-create coming together and working together as a team to receive the resources or utilize the resources we already have. This could very well be maybe you two, again, place it whatever the relationship is. Maybe you go through therapy together, or maybe you build something together. You create an experience where now you're working together. Maybe you're starting a YouTube and somebody is filming and editing and doing those things, and the other person is writing scripts. Maybe you're starting a podcast. Maybe you are building a business together. So there's a lot, and this could be you and your romantic partner are now becoming partners because you're working on something together with a shared common goal. You are healing what needs to be healed. Again, you could very well be going to therapy. Maybe there's a vacation or an experience that you're planning, and so now you're both working on putting away money. This could be maybe a shared health routine, right? Because this is, like, again, our pentacles, it's really thinking about our bodies. So there is a space right now during this time to plant seeds, to plant routines, to plant things that you two can work together to create this energy of walking out of the winter, walking out of the victim mentality, walking out of the lack or the lack mentality, right? And the energy you are needing to lean into, Earth signs, is the Three of Pentacles. So again, this is really building something together. I'm continuing to get that energy of, at one point, and this could have been 3 years ago, it could have been 5 years ago, it could have been, even longer than that, but it's really looking at what was that experience that caused that parallel instead of that joining of paths, looking at how both of you contributed to building whatever you needed to build, and really looking at pulling that back into this experience now, this new moon, planting those seeds, building something. So each person has a role. What was that role? What were you building? Again, showcasing, because together there's a big energy of working so well together, working so well to build something stable, strong, and sturdy. And there is that energy of pulling that back in, doing that same thing. So if the one role was the supervisor, like, use those talents. Maybe the other one was the talent. Again, like I said, I was getting that shared goal of where you're building maybe a YouTube together. One is the script writer, one is the filmer, or whatever that may be. Again, place it where it resonates. But this is really a time for you to heal, right? That deep spiritual connection that you have with somebody, a partnership, and to start building something again. Start working together on a shared goal, because what you have to contribute and what they have to contribute is what's going to make it stand the test of time, right? And maybe that's what you're doing. You're coming together, you're having those conversations, you're healing. Maybe you've already healed, maybe you've gone through that, and now you're saying, you know what, we're in such a better place now. Let's start planting those seeds. What business are we building? What relationship are we building? What vacation are we building? What are we doing? So again, this is the energy that you are needing to lean into during this time to really help co-create walking out of that winter of your life. Now, advice from Spirit is the Ten of Swords. And again, this is really thinking about that mindset. Now, this is a parent, like again, this person, the situation, all of the mental energy, the communications, all of this cycle, it's dead, done, and over. So your advice is let that go. Heal those wounds, because there has been some these being very negative, like there could have been some deceit and some betrayal and some like just really turbulent energy saying because there was a suffering that had happened, right? Whatever that experience may be, but you're on the other side, and Spirit is saying let this go, right? This is a blessing in disguise. In fact, this last cycle was so that you and the other person could figure out truly who they are and how you can come together with this next cycle, because you're meant to continue to carry something through and work together with it. So maybe it's a healing journey together. You two are going through again, therapy. This could very well be, I'm going to have talk therapy so that I can share what I need to share, they can share what they need to share, and we can get this out of the way. Shifting our mentality, right? This could be thoughts, how we thought and viewed our last cycle, what was created in the lens, right? Those things that are holding you back, or those things that you're saying, oh, I'm just really worried about that. Bring that to the surface. And the universe is saying, I'm helping you dredge this stuff up, right? This is that moon pulling out all of these things so that they can be exposed, so I can illuminate them, so that they can be seen, heard, and understood, so they can be released. And that is what you are being advised to do right now, Earth signs. Because again, this is a brand new cycle. You're planting. This is 10. 10 is the end. We have a new dawn coming. You don't want to take this with you, because they will hold you back from you manifesting exactly what you need to manifest. It is a beautiful energy. It does feel like an energy that, again, there's a lot of work that needs to be put in place. But again, a big message coming through is the universe is not going to give you anything you cannot handle. Earth signs. Ooh, we got a breeze going on. All right, we're going to end this reading with an inspiration. What kind of inspiration can we lean into during this new moon in Pisces? Let's see what we're getting for Earth signs. Thank you. Be engaged in the now. Thinking about where you've been or what you did wrong in the past are impediments to an inspired life. When you're inspired, you're totally engaged in the now, in an infinite, never beginning, and never ending universe. There is no past. All right, so really thinking about what was it that was in the past, right? You can't do anything about that. But if you are letting that impede the now, what is happening here now, it can be brought in. It's going to be holding you back. So again, be engaged in the now. Plan things together with yourself, right? Take a deep breath, breathe out, ground, right? There's a lot of grounding that comes with this card as well. All right, Earth signs, that's what I have for you for this new moon in Pisces. Again, please consider subscribing. Drop me a comment. Let me know what's happening. If there are any feel-good vibes I can send your way, let me know. Until we meet again, with much love and appreciation, be well. Bye-bye.